Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I'd film a what I eat in a day. Um yeah. Recently I've started not eating breakfast, and that is because I wake up around 10, 11 and I'm just not hungry till around 2:30ish. Um so yeah, first meal of the day is going to be lunch. Okay, so I have half a cup of self-raising flour here. And to that, I'm going to add roughly 1 teaspoon, sorry, of olive oil. And then this is where it gets a bit, freestyle, because I don't use a recipe like with a lot of things. So I just add like a bit of milk to start with. Yeah. And then I mix it up with chopsticks because I don't like getting my hands all dirty. I'll go in with my hands afterwards. Okay, it looks like I added a little too much milk because I'm a mess. Okay, so I've put the other bit of dough to the side. I will use it and make some extra flatbread. But I thought I should owe you the real what you're supposed to do. So same as last time, half a cup of self-raising flour, around a teaspoon of olive oil. And when I say a splash of milk, I literally mean a couple of tablespoons to start with. Jeez Grace. Anyway, same as I was saying earlier, mix with chopsticks. It's just cleaner that way. You can see it starts to form these clumps. Clearly, more milk is required. So then I add another tablespoon. And then mix. More milk is required. So I add another tablespoon. And then I mix. And that looks like it should be enough milk. Okay, so I squished this for a while. So at the end, I've just put some olive oil in the bowl, rolled this around in it, and then massaged it in. And you can see that the dough is perfectly smooth. And I'm just going to put this in a bag. You could leave it in a bowl and wrap it in cling film if you want, but we've run out of cling film. So bag tied up. Again, you could cover this with a cloth, whatever you want, and let it sit to the side for an hour. So look at this mess. I'll be back in an hour so we can cook the flatbread. Yeah. I'm about to head out to the park with my family, and I've literally just got like a bag to carry, and inside I found these 4 strawberry sweets. And yeah, they're literally from, I think I bought them 2 days ago, and my bag has been zipped, so they should be fine, except they look like a bit dusty and stuff. So I might just rinse them and eat them. I don't know, I'll update you. I'll rinse them if they're like, oh, it's on the floor. I'm not sure if I explained properly, but they like fell out the packet into my bag, which is why they got dusty. Rinsing these felt so weird, but they're fine now. So I'm gonna eat these 4 strawberries. They are, what do you call it, vegetarian. There we go. And yeah, I was initially planning on eating breakfast before going to the park, but we're leaving a bit earlier than I thought, so it's almost been an hour now, and I think I'm just gonna throw the dough into the fridge so it doesn't get up to any funny fermentation business for the next hour and a half, and then I'll eat. I mean, to be honest, it will be around 2:30, 3 when I get back, which is when I usually eat anyway, so it's all good. And I'll have these to hold out with. So yeah, I'll see you guys at the park. Okay, so we've arrived at the tennis courts, and we booked this one for an hour, I think. For an hour, and I'm with my family, so yeah, we're just gonna mess about, have fun for a little bit, and then when I get home finally eat. But yeah, it's pretty cold today. I think it's like 13 degrees. I can't do anything below 18 to be honest. So I have my coat on. It is sunny though, so there are like little bits of warmth, which is always nice. Anyway, I'll be back soon.
Oh my mummy! Mummy, that was a great throw. Who's gonna win? Faith or mummy? Faith or mummy?
Okay, it is 3:05 and we are finally heading home. I went to the supermarket to grab a few things for... I'm walking across from my house on the canal, sorry. Went to the supermarket to grab a few things for another video. So be excited for that one coming up soon. I won't tell you what it is though. And yeah, I'm pretty hungry now because all I've had to live on is 5 strawberries like I showed you earlier. So I think as soon as I get back I'm just gonna make that flatbread and yeah, we'll have some lunch. Okay, so it's literally 20 to 4. My battery died, so I had to wait for that to charge. But now I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'm really glad I had those sweets earlier, otherwise I would have been starving. But yeah, food time. I have the flatbread dough right here. As you saw earlier, I did have to make 2. This is the one that I showed you properly, the process. And this is the one that is doubled because I messed it up so badly. So yeah, I don't know, do I cook them all now and then put the rest in like a weight, like freeze them or something, or do I just leave this dough in the fridge? I don't know. I think I might just cook them all now. Anyway, let's get into it. I have the dough here on some foil. You can get a rolling pin if you want. I can't be bothered, so I'm just going to literally squish it down with my hands. My hands are clean, it's for me, so I don't care. So we have a dry frying pan here on high heat on a big burner as well. So we're going to let that get very, very hot. Yeah. Okay, so this is super hot now. I'm just going to pick up the sheet we rolled. I did put some oil on both sides too. And I'm going to just lay it down like that. Nice. And whilst that's going, I'm just going to get some seasonings. Alright, so I'm really quickly going to add a sprinkle of salt. All over, just one side. I don't like things too salty. You can put as much salt as you want, obviously, and if you want salt on both sides, then go for it. Then I'm going to add some garlic powder, not too much of this because it burns quite easily. And this is on high heat, so there we go. And my favourite seasoning of all time, I'm gonna add some basil. Dried basil as usual. There we go. So as you can see, there are lots of bubbles forming, which means it's time to turn it over. Should have nice brown black bits. Lovely. Okay, so the flatbread is done and I like to hit it with some butter immediately after it's come off the heat so that can melt. And then it's less dry as well. And there we are, going to put hummus on this like I said earlier. If you're wondering why I'm making flatbread, it's because we ran out of bread and I wanted bread today. So yeah, and it's so easy. It literally took me like 5 minutes to make the dough, or it would have if I didn't mess up. Then you let it chill for an hour and boom, cook it in another 5 minutes. Easiest bread ever, and you don't need any special flours or anything. So our flatbread's right here. I'm going to quickly scramble some eggs and I'll show you the final food. Guys, I totally messed up with the eggs. Look, yeah. I usually use a non-stick frying pan, and today I didn't. So I forgot to butter the oil. I just forgot to put anything on the pan first, and then it started sticking, and I was like, no, what have I done? But you know, these things happen. I'm not excited to wash this though. Grr. Anyway, we have our eggs on there, we have our hummus on there, and we have our homemade flatbread. I have some salad on the side because this is lunch. And yeah, I'm just gonna go eat this. Yum, yum, yum. And I'll be back at, I don't know when I'll be back. I'll be nice and do a taste test for you. Although I did have this for breakfast the other day, and I thought, hey, this would be nice in the video. Yeah. We have a lovely slice right here. The hummus is so nice. Yeah, again, if you want a fresh hummus recipe, let me know. I'm gonna work on it a bit more, which is why I didn't show you guys when I made it. But yeah, it tastes good. And I always sprinkle spices on top of my hummus afterwards. I don't know why, just because extra flavour, I don't know. Yeah, and that way you can sort of customise it from like the base to depending on what food you're eating. This bread is so nice. Also, I look about 5 years old today, so this is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna go and finish my food. I'm kind of spicy. I put a lot of chili powder on. I'm gonna finish my food and I'll be back later. Yeah, I got quite a bit of work done this morning before I went to the park and stuff. So I'm going to try and finish the rest of my work today. I highly doubt I will. I'll probably have to work into the weekend, and that's what I wanted to avoid because I'm going back to uni on Saturday. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. Need to add brushes here and here. Alright, so it's been a couple of hours and I've got quite a bit of work done. I'm pretty tired now. It's just about 20 to 7. So I'm going to have this quick snack. I'll probably put my dinner on around 7:30, 8ish. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any more work today, but I will start packing for Saturday. And I have quite a bit of laundry to do. So yeah, I'll be back at dinner. Okay, so for dinner, I'm going to be making some sundubu jjigae, which is a Korean soft tofu stew. So to start with, I've got the sort of soup base, which I made like in bulk, last week or so. And so I've got a couple spoons of that, and I'm going to add, 1.5 cups of water. And we're going to let that just simmer and come to the boil before we add in the tofu. This is super quick soup, by the way, but yeah. If you guys want to, look at my hair, I look fine, literally fine. If you guys want a clear video on how to make sundubu jjigae and the soup base and everything step by step completely laid out, then leave a comment down below and I'll do a separate dedicated video towards that. But yeah, I'll let that simmer for a bit and get back to you when we add in the tofu. Alright, so this has been simmering for about 3-4 minutes and I've got my tofu here. It's organic and it's silken tofu. So I'm just going to put that in. Alright, so I've just put the tofu in and I'm going to break it up into sort of large chunks but not too big. You definitely don't want it too small because one, it looks bad, and two, yeah, it's just not nice having small crumbs of tofu in soup. I did that the first time I made this and it was I mean, it tastes the same at the end of the day, but it just wasn't pleasant, like experience-wise. Anyway, I think we're good on that front. And we're gonna let that boil for another 5 minutes-ish. We've got to make sure to sort of stir every now and again, but sort of stir by pushing the tofu into the center. Because as I said earlier, you don't want to be breaking it up too much. Also, like a wooden or silicone spoon would probably be better for this, because the metal spoon again makes it more likely to be broken up. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. The tofu's boiled nicely. And the boiling isn't ready to cook it, it's ready to eat from the packet, but it's more for the flavours to go in. Final thing we're going to do is add 1 egg. And I'm just going to turn the heat down to the very lowest and crack the egg in. Nice. Did I get a shell in there? No, I don't think so. Cool. And then we let that bubble. Sorry, now I can turn it up again, now that I've cracked it in. And we let that bubble for about 2 minutes and then take it out so that the egg can finish cooking in the residual heat of the soup. Okay, so boom, soup done. This is like my favourite soup ever because I love tofu. I love an egg, especially when it's runny. That's in the centre. And this is nice. It's spicy as well. But it's so good. Oh, hot. Again, if you want a full recipe for sundubu jjigae, this is a vegetarian version, obviously, then leave a comment down below and I will do a video for that. So usually I have this with rice, but I have all that leftover dough from my mistakes this morning. So I made another flatbread, which I'm going to just have on the side. And that's dinner. I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video on what I eat in a day usually. And yeah, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like down below. And if you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you won't miss a video any week. And I'll be back next Saturday with a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.